Morning, everybody. I'm delighted to be here today to share my experience of the Diploma in Executive Coaching with you. So I'll talk you through my experience and I suppose how it showed up and I suppose how it's made me who I am today, really. I've nothing, when I consider this program, it's been an immensely positive experience. I entered into the program with a career focus. I wanted to establish myself as an internal coach within my organization. And that was the lens I was looking through, that this was for my career and I was going to get a toolkit and loads of skills that I'd be able to put into practice. The reality was way different. It was over and above what I could have expected. My mind was blown really by the personal transformation that I went through. I describe it to anyone who listened that I was quite literally cracked open by all of the kind of thinking that was shared with me, all of the practical application that I went through. And this was like a real whole life transformation. I suppose I entered into it maybe differently to others. Like I absolutely leaned in. I used all of the coaching sessions, all of the theories, and I held up the mirror and I looked at myself and I said, like, what does this mean to me? The time when I joined this program, I was at a bit of a kind of a crossroads in terms of understanding what my purpose was. And this program really helped me to, I suppose, ignite a curiosity around, what does it mean? Like what do all of these coaching practices mean to me? And I looked through a whole life lens at all of the different theories that were presented, all of the different practical application and tools that were used. And it really helped me to understand much better, who I was and what I wanted to deliver in life, who I wanted to be. So like, I think when I look back, and it was really interesting, like you have to do assignments as part of the program. And that's the practical application is that we, in the program, you go through the coaching, you go through the role of a coach. So you practice as a coach with individuals to put all of the skills into practice and all of the tools and techniques. And then within the 3-day programs that are run every month, you actually sit in sessions and you act as a coach, a coachee, and an observer. And they really unlocked for me, I suppose, an understanding of myself and how valuable each of the different coaching techniques are in order to help an individual to unlock their true potential and understand more about themselves. So that practical application, I think, was invaluable. Writing the assignments, is a challenge, but I read back on them in preparation for today's session to actually just kind of press pause and remember, what was the magic about the program. And the level of learning is just immense. It's hard to get my head around. And when I talk about this program to anyone who listens, when I talk about the experience of that 6-month window with my husband and with my close family and friends, it was a tough journey because there's so much personal kind of awakening in it. But the rewards are just immense. And when I think about the impact on my career, this program helped me to understand my kind of purpose. And I have this innate desire to be of service. And my aim from this program, I understand now, is to create opportunities to work with people as a coach when they're on their journey. And my aim is to help them to be the best that they can be, to discover their purpose and their potential, and to live more fulfilled lives. And I really feel like I've had that opportunity through this program. And it, as I said, it was transformational and really just unlocked so much for me from a whole life perspective and also from a career perspective. I think, I've talked there about my overall experience. I've talked about practical application and the impact on my career. But I find it really hard in words to kind of really give an essence of everything that I've gotten from the program. Sounds a little bit cheesy, but it absolutely was transformational and I wasn't expecting that. So, from a past student, if you are interested in this program, if you, as Andrew James said earlier on, if you like coaching, if you like to connect with people, if you like to, change the lens that you look through, develop your listening skills, and I suppose, build up your toolkit with loads of amazing tools and techniques to be a really exceptional executive coach, this is the program for you. And I really think that you will get so much more out of it than you expected. And I don't think you'd ever regret it. It's definitely a commitment from a time perspective. Andrew mentioned the amount of time earlier on in terms of attending the sessions, but also doing your reading, your learning, and your coaching sessions. But it is the practical application that sets this program apart, because that's the stretch for you as the learner. And that's what brings it all to life, rather than it just being those classroom sessions and the kind of theory. The practical application is what brings it to life.